project itself is that anybody who was on a fluid balance or a fluid restriction, their jug lid would be yellow, which would identify as a visual cue to anyone going into the ward to see that patient, to visit them or to look after them, that that person had a hydration need, whether it was a fluid balance or a fluid restriction. The Health Board themselves in South Wales has adopted that policy in Cwm Taf Morgannwg, and our project is now servicing up to 600,000 people throughout the South Wales area with their hydration needs. The benefit to patients is that everybody either looking after them, visiting them, or being around them is aware that they may have a need for hydration. So if they had their fluids restricted, for example, it would mean that they would be able to stay on track and they wouldn't have fluid overload, which could affect their heart or their kidneys. Or if somebody had a particular need to have some extra fluid, so if some of our elderly patients, some of our patients with some disabilities who might not be able to identify their fluids themselves, they would have advocates around them from every angle, every grade, to be able to go there and make sure that their fluids and their hydration needs were met.
Hello, my name is Eve.
Hello, my name is Emily and we're student learning disability nurses from Edgehill University.
The reason why we did this project was because of Amanda Glennon, who's a Makaton tutor. She has a daughter who's got Down syndrome and she uses Makaton in a way of communicating. And she's been to numerous hospital appointments, GP appointments, and not one healthcare professional was able to speak to her in a language that she used.
So we created these, the Makaton healthcare cards with the symbols on one side and then the signs on the other, and they're just a prompt for healthcare professionals.
We've used them now in like hospital trusts, we've used them in doctors' surgeries, like literally everywhere, because they are suitable for like post-operative patients, people who had strokes.
People with dementia.
Yeah, and we've had positive feedback from all services really.
Mm-hmm.
The care home internship's designed to get students to go into care home nursing and to get them to experience it firsthand, and sort of saying, look, it's not a dead end, it's not somewhere you go when you retire or you want a quiet life, it's a challenging, busy, dynamic area of care, and it needs good nurses, and it's about really sort of selling that message out there and getting people involved. Well, we've had a lot of brilliant feedback from patients. I mean, that's the key thing for me. It's all the patients, and they love it. They've been really pleased with it, not just in the care homes, but beyond that as well, because they know they're being listened to, it's empowering them to make choices, they're getting access to fantastic health and social care, and it's all sort of tied up. It's not this disjointed bit here, bit there anymore. But on paper, we've also had some fantastic resource benefits. Prescriptions are down, A&E visits are down, admissions to hospital are down by as much as 34.6% in some cases. So it's also had a massive financial knock-on, and that lack of admission feeds back to the patients, because unfortunately every time you admit an older person to hospital, you do actually shorten their life. It's demonstrable fact. So the more we can keep them out, the better, but for the right reasons, and that's what the project's been doing.